The humans left quietly. Now the galaxy faces the fallout. The departure wasn't announced with trumpets or banners. One morning, Earth's representatives simply didn't arrive at the Concord assembly. Their embassy lights went dark. Their fleets withdrew from contested zones. Their trade ships vanished from the space lanes. At first, the galaxy laughed. Finally, sneered Chancellor Vale of the Lumerians, her crystal wings glittering. The loud primates have taken their noise elsewhere. Good riddance, growled Warlord Kesh of the Karath. Let them sulk back to their death world. But as the weeks passed, laughter curdled into unease. Because when the humans left, they didn't just leave. They took everything. The silent exodus. Cargo ships once laden with Terran food, gone. No more coffee, no more wheat, no more engineered proteins that had quietly supplied half the Concord's frontier. The mercenary guilds, too, thinned. Human pilots and soldiers who once filled the ranks of private fleets dissolved their contracts overnight. Colonies once defended by human marines stood suddenly exposed. And then there were the technologies. Not the great wonders, not the hyperlanes or the fusion cores. But the little things: efficient water filters, patchwork medical kits, the algorithms that kept traffic flowing at chaotic stations. Devices so common that no one remembered they were human innovations. Until they disappeared. The galaxy had never realized how much ran on the quiet, improvisational genius of humanity. The first cracks. Within a month, starvation began at the frontier colonies. The synthetic proteins of the Lutheri required Terran enzymes to remain stable. Without them, vats collapsed into sludge. Trade convoys slowed to a crawl without human navigators, who were uniquely reckless enough to plot routes through unstable wormholes. Piracy surged. Entire systems fell into silence. The Concorde tried to hold order, but even its admirals whispered the truth. Humanity had been the glue holding chaos together. The Karath War Council. Warlord Kesh summoned his generals. Why do we falter? He demanded. We are Karath. The galaxy trembled before our claws before humans ever crawled from their cradle. A younger officer shifted uneasily. The humans fought differently. Where we deployed lines of battle, they scattered into cells. Where we demanded supplies, they scavenged. We learned to follow their methods. Now they are gone. Then we reclaim our pride. Kesh roared. But his fleet stalled within weeks. Supply shortages. Riots among subjugated colonies. The humans had been the buffer between Karath brutality and complete rebellion. Without them, the conquered spat in their faces. The Lumerian collapse. Meanwhile, Chancellor Vale presided over chaos. Her crystal-winged scholars had dismissed humans as crude, impulsive creatures. But their universities had relied on Terran data models. Their hospitals, Terran triage systems. Their economy, Terran logistics networks. Now traffic choked her capital's skies. Patients died waiting for care. Her glittering empire dulled under the weight of inefficiency. She cursed humanity daily, yet every dawn she asked the same question: why did they leave? The whispered answer. The answer came not from politicians, but from smugglers. They were tired, whispered one old captain, nursing a drink in a shadowport. Tired of fighting everyone's wars. Tired of patching everyone's leaks. Tired of being mocked as primitives while everyone leaned on their backs. He leaned closer, his voice a rasp. So they left. And they're watching. Waiting. To see how long the galaxy lasts without them. The fallout. By the second year, entire sectors burned. The Eleri Confederation, once proud of its artistry, faced famine as their delicate farms failed without Terran fertilizers. Their flocks took to piracy, wings dark against the stars. The Lutheri withered, their nutrient cycles collapsing. Their translucent bodies dimmed, some vanishing into extinction. Even the mighty Kareth fractured, warlords turning on one another as prey worlds slipped free of their grip. All the while, the Concord Assembly Hall remained quiet where Earth's banner once hung. The empty seat grew into a symbol. The return of the envoy. On the third year's end, a human ship docked at Concord Prime. Small. Unassuming. A single envoy disembarked, an older woman in plain clothes. No guards. No fanfare. The assembly erupted in accusations, pleas, curses. Why did you abandon us? Chancellor Vale demanded. You left us to starve, cried an Eleri delegate. The envoy waited until silence returned. Then she spoke, voice calm, steady. For centuries, we gave food, soldiers, knowledge. We built, repaired, protected. And you laughed. Called us savages, Deathworlders, primitives. You spat on us, even as you leaned on us. We asked for partnership. You gave us chains. Her eyes swept the chamber. So we left. To see what the galaxy was without us. The hall trembled with unease. And now you know. The choice. The delegates begged. Pleaded. Offered concessions, treaties, promises. The human envoy listened. Then she shook her head. We will not return to what was. If you want humanity, you will treat us as equals. No more mockery. No more dismissals. You will learn from us, as we once learned from you. Or we will remain apart, and watch your empires collapse into dust. Silence fell. They knew it wasn't a threat. It was the simple, inevitable truth. Epilogue, the quiet power. The envoy departed as quietly as she came. Some species bent their pride and reached out, forging true alliances at last. Others clung to arrogance and fell into ruin. But across the stars, one lesson was whispered, etched into memory. The humans had left quietly, but the galaxy would never stop feeling the fallout.